Number one thing that keeps people stuck in their work usually. All right. It also leads to procrastination and avoiding as well. So if you're finding you're doing that, stuck, procrastinating, avoiding, not getting enough done each day, things seem to fill your day other than what you need to do, and you're left at the end of each day with a list of things to do still, well then listen up. So the reason we get into procrastination, resistance, avoiding, usually it's due to an overwhelm. There's too much in our head, and we are too much in our head versus our heart. And what I mean by that is we're too much into the overthinking and the thinking about everything. And those that are really high thinkers will need to listen up. I used to be one of them. And we're always in our head. And people say, well, why wouldn't I be in my head? Isn't that where we think? Well, that's where a lot of the logic comes from. However, being in your body, air quotes, is and listening to your heart, air quotes, is really where our intuition comes from, where our creativity comes from. People that are very left brain analytical often have trouble with this and are too in their heads often to take action or to take the right action. And a lot of us, we're on this treadmill of just doing, this treadmill of action and being busy. And if you don't have time for the right work, if you don't have time for the gym, for self-care, if you don't have time for meditation, and I'll air quote, if you don't have time, then this is probably why. You're just on this vicious treadmill and a vicious circle of being overwhelmed. And we either do nothing, or we do the things we don't want to do, or we shut down, and it causes us to burn out. And when we don't do the things we need to do, we have things like shame and grief and things like guilt. And unfortunately, that creates the whole perpetual cycle all over again. Because when you have shame, grief, guilt, you often have overwhelm or fear of, well, my goodness, I'm not going to get this all done. I'm going to be overwhelmed. What do I do? This won't get done in time. I'm going to not make money I want, whatever that fear is. And then you stop again. It's a vicious cycle of getting stuck and procrastinating. And there's too much going on in our head. Really needing to slow down and to be present and stop rushing around trying to get things done or worried about the minutiae of everything you need to get done. Instead, take some time to just reflect for a minute, stop for a minute. And if the voice is still in your head or chattering or, wow, we should be busy, we should be doing something, you're not getting enough done, tell it to stop it or stop or shut up or whatever you need to do and be forceful. Create a pattern interrupt that stops that racing mind or the monkey mind and gets us out of the analytical mind, right? Whether, when I first started meditating, my little monkey would be like, this is stupid, or this doesn't work, or this isn't right. And be like, I had to say to them, shut up, monkey. And that little voice in my head, stop it, because it would get in my way. And so if you want to get off that treadmill and is it causing anxiety or depression, if you have immense fears, and fears are leading to inaction or overwhelm or both, which creates shame, grief, fear, and inaction, which will create more shame, grief, fear, inaction, and more overwhelm. Well, this is what you need to do. Okay, so one is listen to your body. When you need to rest. When you need to take some time, take some time. Perhaps slow down a bit. Instead of the racing and just being on this autopilot, push that button, take your body, your plane off autopilot, and just really start to think. Because sometimes we're just on this racing treadmill and you're not going anywhere. Or you're spinning your wheels and you're not going anywhere. You're not getting anything done that's important. You're not achieving big things. There's all these tasks coming at you that are not getting done, or the not so important ones are getting done. And the really important ones are not getting done, right? So just give yourself some self-care. Step number 2 or option number 2, item number 2 is just sit and reflect. Just sit. Turn your phone off. Maybe set an alarm if you want for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 minutes. Turn on airplane mode. Put the phone on the other side of the room. Just sit. Sit and be. You can have a pen and paper if you want, and just reflect. Just see what comes. Reflect on, who am I being? How am I being? This thing that's coming up, this project, this decision, this wondering I'm doing. Well, let me actually sit and think about it for a bit of time, instead of doing your best or trying to think about it while racing and running and doing everything else. So is this what I should be doing, could be doing, would be doing. Is this the right thing to do? Wrong thing to do? Should I do this versus that? And sit and think and reflect, and really find you'll have the decisions come to you if you just sit and be, right? Which is number 3. Just sit and be. And if you want, you don't even have to journal this time. Just sit and be. You'll find when you're relaxed, I mean, even Einstein said this, and the greatest creators, greatest thinkers said that when they were relaxed, the most best creative ideas came to them. So sit, be, relax, and just see what comes to you, right? That's also part of listening to your body. Maybe it needs to sit or to rest or to relax and take some time. There's nothing wrong with taking time. In fact, if you take time to sit and rest and be, or actively reflect, okay, what happened yesterday? What happened earlier today? What happened on that sales call earlier today, that manager call? What happened on the team call with my team? What went well? What could have done better? And what will I do differently next time so that I can do better? And if you don't know, then ask. Ask a friend, a coach, a mentor. Ask someone, get some guidance. Run it by someone, right? So these are some of the biggest tips. Number 4 is just be yourself, right? Just be yourself. And people they say, well, who is myself? What if I don't know who myself is? And that's a great question. And that's, in fact, next week's video topic. However, I'll give you a hint here. It's really figuring out, what are my non-negotiables? What are my terms or my non-negotiables? What are my values? And what will I not stand for? And what do I stand for? What am I passionate about? What values and principles and things do I stand for? What will I not put up with? What will I absolutely not put up with? What type of people will I absolutely not put up with? What kind of people do I want in my life? What kind of person do I want to be? Do I want to be the person that says no and has boundaries up for people, including myself? The boundaries are, you go to the gym, you do some writing, you do some relaxing, you shut off after a certain time. Or boundaries are, right now it's time to work, or right now it's time to get things done. Right now it's sales, and that's the only thing that happens is sales. Or right now it's marketing, or content writing, or whatever, or reflecting. And nothing else happens right now other than that reflecting or content marketing or whatever. You can block your time as well in your calendar to make sure that happens, certain spaces to make sure that happens. So again, just get to know yourself, who that is. You can also do an inner child meditation too. There's tons on YouTube. Just search for inner child meditation and talk to yourself, talk to your heart, talk to your inner child, right? And talk to yourself, your own subconscious mind, really. And who am I? What the heck do I want? Right? What do I need? And you could check in with yourself, in your body, your inner child. What do you need? What is it you need? What am I not noticing? What do you need from me? What do you need to tell me? What am I not seeing? What am I not noticing? What do I not know that I need to know? And when you ask your inner child, your inner self, these questions, wow, will you ever have some amazing things come up? I promise you that. So those are the steps. Right? Listen to your body, rest, sit and reflect on things that have happened earlier or in the past. How can they have gone better? What could I do differently? How can I take them and make them my rocket fuel versus dwelling in the past and all the, this is so bad and this went wrong and that means I'm this or that means I'm not good enough. Please avoid that like the plague and just think, okay, how do I do better differently? How do I do differently? And again, ask a mentor, get a coach if you need. And just be. Sit, take some time, put a timer on your phone and put on airplane mode and put the phone on the other side of the room. Just be, right? And just test, do some things as well. So this is the biggest thing that keeps people stuck is that procrastination, the avoiding, which creates more negative emotions and a spiral of more procrastination, avoiding, self-sabotage. We need to stop that by saying to our thoughts, stop it or stop that, and really thinking, what is the most important thing that'll move the needle for me right now? What is the biggest needle mover right now? Is it marketing? Is it sales calls? Is it talking to people? Is it getting coaching? Is it resting? And if you don't have time for it, make time for it. Is it the gym? Is it exercise? Is it just getting away? Self-care doesn't have to be sleep. Naps are great too, but it can be exercise. So what do I need right now and how do I make that happen versus I don't have time for blank? How do I make it happen? And I promise you, you'll be far more effective and get far more done when you have rest and breaks and activity, exercise, self-care. You can take a 5, 10, 15-minute walk. It doesn't have to be at the gym or something. You go for a run or a bike ride or a swim or whatever. Jumping jack, skipping rope. Yeah, again, 5, 10, 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be long, but find ways to recharge your body and your brain, I find you'll be 10 times more productive, get more done, even if you take time off away from work to rest, to self-care, to reflect. You'll get more done in less time. Those are the biggest tips to be wildly successful in your business and the thing that really keeps you stuck the most. Until next time, I'm James Robert Elliott. Go have your best day ever. And if you want, go to limitlessentrepreneur.com, as there is a really cool free video there for you. I'll talk to you soon. Have your best day ever. Take care.